Greetings, one and all. This is Lloyd Brown, live and direct on your computer screen, your mobile phone screen, your TV screen, or any other electronical devices that are available. Live and direct here with the legend that is Mr. Michael Gordon. And we kind of went off track, but it was important to kind of tell the story in terms of their live performances as a band, you know what I mean? Because that wasn't really discussed or talked about a lot of, because they made so many hit tunes, but we never really got to know about the live aspect and the magnitude of the shows that they were doing with Black Uhuru, being a lovers rock band supporting a roots band where bands like Aswad, no disrespect, would have been best suited to tour with. And David Rodigan, more or less being the talent scout at the time, was managing the support slots and brought these guys in. So it was interesting in that aspect.
Yeah, I mean, we were grateful, but at the same time, it was like, we kind of thought, yeah, maybe that move didn't really do us any justice.
It was like a baptism of fire, basically.
Absolutely. And none of those things were documented as well.
Right.
Now, our live performance, you know, like other bands, even traditional, whatever, they've got film footage of, not film footage, yeah. Because the first thing JJ is going to say, you said film. I did not say film, I said film. Right? I mean, I'm the birth certificate now, birth certificate. Yeah, like other bands would have footage of themselves or whatever, or artists. We haven't. We've got 1 or 2 pieces. But
that's why we have platforms like YouTube. So you know, so you can tell the story in your own words as to basically what happened.
The other act that we performed, which, you know, we fitted into that slot, you know, a lot more graciously, was we supported Sugar Minor on a couple of dates.
Right.
When he came on tour and he had the big thing going.
Good thing going, yeah.
A good thing going, right.
Yeah, good thing going.
And that was more suited to our style.
Absolutely.
That was Jamaican lovers rock, even though the term Jamaican lovers rock was not entrenched then.
Right.
That came later, as we know.
Yeah.
Because it's a UK thing.
The UK thing.
Lovers rock, the term lovers rock is a UK phenomenon. Yeah, we create that, and then, you know, the term Jamaican lovers rock came after. But as we know, certain people are trying to claim that. Can't go on, can't we? No. Right? But anyway.
Right. So we're gonna get into the fashion years, right? And this is something that I want to know a lot more about, because I wasn't, like I said, I was on the outside looking in. Right. And fashion, to me, because you had fashion and you had green sleeves, right? And the subsidiary of green sleeves, you had UK Bubblers, right? Which basically signed all the UK acts at that time of that ilk. With fashion, I found fashion to be a very clever label.
That's interesting. As in,
it just by way of how they marketed the UK acts, because there wasn't any Jamaican acts on there. There wasn't any Jamaican acts, to my knowledge, that was on the label, or was there?
That's an interesting point. I think they had a couple of Jamaican acts that they took projects from. Well, I don't think they were signed. I think one album they did, or some project, was Carlton and the Shoes, some of their later stuff.
Right.
I don't know if they was tapes as well, or new record, but I think there were some new recordings of some old songs.
Right.
But I think those, they probably licensed those. I don't think that actually was signed.
Okay. But yeah, so the like I said, it's like the way they marketed the UK artists, and you know,
it was done properly.
It was done properly,
and professionally.
Absolutely.
Have to give them that.
You know, and you would look on, I mean, Jetstar wasn't even a label at that point in time. They were just basically dealing with distribution.
Right.
So there wasn't really an outlet.
No.
From my point of vision as to the UK acts being properly represented.
Right.
So when I saw fashion out there, and you have artists like Winsome and Nearest Joseph and Philip Leo and yourself, Tipper, and even from I mean, we didn't call it dance, we call it ragamuffin them time right? With people like Andrew Paul, who gonna make the dance now? Who's gonna make the dance now? Gonna make the dance after die. You know, all them tunes. It just encapsulated what was going on in the UK at that.
What's that brother that did? Oh,
General Levy.
General, he was on there.
Yeah, he was on there as well. So there was a big roster.
Yeah.
There was a big roster of artists
For real.
on that label. But what I want to ask you, right? What I want to ask you was, who were the musicians, right? Because you had they were called the A-class band. Was it the A-class band?
Yeah.
And you had the reprobates.
Right.
It was the reprobates.
There were different musicians, but in terms of like the main musicians, in terms of Chris's productions, were predominantly Ewan Robinson,
One Blood.
One Blood. He used to use Nick Straker a lot on keyboards.
Who's Nick Straker again?
Nick Straker was a Caucasian brother.
Yeah.
He played keyboards.
Okay.
He played on my album.
Okay.
Yeah, but he was just like, he was out there.
Out there, yeah.
So if you listen to Magic Feeling, they had some new invention with the keyboards where you blow through it.
Vocoder.
Vocoder, there you go. Because
Yeah.
I'm not good at these things. Yeah. And he would blow that and play at the same time to create a kind of horns
Right.
sound.
Yeah.
Obviously, it wasn't, it didn't have an authentic sound.
Yeah.
Because it was plagiarized basically. But today, I mean, the term that you use now is more of a sample sound.
Sure.
So that was one of the first kind of sample sounds in terms of trying to get a horn section sound.
Okay.
He was amazing. The lines that he could play, right? So he could play structured stuff as well as solo stuff.
Right.
And you didn't really hear a lot of reggae musicians from here anyway doing that.
Right.
You know what I mean? You get, you want somebody like Ibo from Third World doing it and was incredibly prolific. Or whatever.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? But you didn't really get people. But he was amazing.
He was, yeah.
But he was a Caucasian guy. But when it came to my sessions,
Yeah.
Predominantly, I wanted some serious musician.
Right.
So a lot of my stuff was done with Aswad, doing the backing.
I just wanted that clear.
Right.
Up.
So
Yeah.
Drummy, Bigger Morrison,
yeah.
was on keyboards because he was their filling keyboards player.
Right.
So it was Drummy, Bigger Morrison, and who was on bass? I think he just used Spy on bass, No, Tony Gadd. What am I talking about?
Pops is on.
Yeah, Tony Gadd. So,
Right, okay.
Sorry, because Spy came in a couple of others.
Yeah.
So those are the three main guys. Yeah.
Okay.
So they played most of the tracks on my album.
Right.
And those guys, they weren't sent no tapes. They weren't sent nothing.
Right.
In the studio, you hear the tune, give them the tune. Yeah, because I used to have to give them the bass line idea.
Yeah.
Because I would hum it.
Yeah.
So for Magic Feeling Friends, because my diction was clear in what I wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gad picked up on it straight away, and I would, if he played note, because I can't read, it's all by ear.
Yeah.
So I said, no, I don't like that note, but I prefer this note or whatever.
Yeah.
Then he would go, oh, okay, you're there, right?
Yeah.
I remember when I played them Magic Feeling, Johnny looked at me and goes, oh, you do that? He goes, what do you mean? He goes, oh, you do that and you don't read music. You know, easy. So that tune they're bad, man. And I remember that first session I did with him, he goes, all right, woman, I need your loving. I goes, I did. He goes, as God is my witness, just like, that one of the greatest reggae song me, not UK, he said it's one of the greatest reggae song me ever hear. I said, really, Johnny? And after sport, coming from you, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because before I met him, I rate him. I saw that man, I saw that brother on the TV doing some roles on a chair. And I thought, how the heck do you do that? Man, I saw him on Old Grey Worcester test in the later years.
Yeah.
And he's the first reggae drummer that I witnessed do a rotary roll. As in, just on my way there. Around the tongues.
Yeah.
Not and step back into the tune in time.
Yeah.
And I thought, I said, nah, you're different. Right? Listen to that drum pattern.
Yeah.
I've been one.
Yeah.
Listen to the what's the word? In the word I'm looking for.
Great, man. Great. Intricacy.
That's it. Yeah, I couldn't get the word out.
We're referring to Janet Kay's Silly Games.
And you hear that today, and you hear other men play, and it's like they had to study it. But when you hear that, and you think that he did that live, That's not computer.
Yeah.
And you hear the timing of the tune. The beat doesn't move up or down. It's the same beat.
Quantized.
Right?
Yeah.
That was live. Intricacy.
Yeah.
I got it now. Intricacy. It's intricate.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah? Bro.
Wow. So,
There's certain things that's happened to our music in reggae that you just have to like, it's sublime. It's like, wow, certain people just come, you know, they just come and they just blew us away.
Right.
And they continue to do
so
it.
you confirmed that for me. Okay.
Right.
So you're in fashion. You're in fashion. You signed up to Fashion Records,
Yeah.
right? To basically to make an album. Was it a single by single basis?
No. It's to do an album. Because Chris said, we're really looking for a singer of your
Caliber.
Yeah. Caliber, stature. I was like really flattered by that, and the way he came across was like, yeah, we want to give you a contract and there's an advance and so on and so forth. And that wasn't really a big deal for me. It really wasn't. It was just about doing this thing, solo thing, because it's exciting.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to be on my own. I'm going to be writing all the songs. So I wrote all the songs in the album. It was 10 tracks. And some really nice songs came out of that. You know, the first track was one of the simpler one, but more of like a singing dancer was Feelings of Love, which was the title track. Can't hide this feeling of love.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then before that we did Lovers in the Air, but Lovers in the Air was kind of really sort of laid back, and even though it was a steppers, it was laid back, and that was almost a takeoff of Keith Douglas's Cool Down Amina.
Okay.
That's one of my favorite
Yeah.
tunes of the way they capture that
Yeah.
tune.
Sublime, man.
Cool down.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you just like having your own way.
Yeah.
It's not your style. Oh, then change your mood. But listen to the flutes on that.
Yeah.
Listen to the flutes and the yeah, the overdubs in that. What
Yeah.
a beautiful song.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying about fashion.
What a beautiful song.
That's what I'm saying about fashion. It was like, you know, there was fashion basically, to me, harnessed a lot of the UK talent. I mean, you know, when Smiley came into the equation,
Oh, wow.
it was all over there. It was like, you know, fashion was recognized all over the world. You know what I'm saying? So,
Police officer, now
Yeah.
give me no producer.
cut the translation.
I mean, that was an incredible vocal, innit? You know, that fast style.
Yeah.
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 And you could hear all his words,
Yeah.
but it was just so quick. Very, 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 very gifted guy.
Yeah.
Very, very gifted brother.
Well, I mean, it's from the sound system culture, and we have Saxon to thank for that,
See,
because Saxon, for me, they were like the Motown of sound systems.
Right.
Because so many bona fide artists came from that sound system.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So
proper legacy.
proper legacy.
Yeah.
So when so basically you started recording the album Love and Feeling, right? That's what it's called.
Feelings of Love.
Feelings of Love. Sorry. So you recorded that and you released that.
Right.
How did it do for you?
Very well, because that went to #1. It was a #1 in my first solo project.
Right.
And it was #1 for 4 weeks.
#1 album.
#1 album.
Yeah.
For 4 weeks. So there was 2 singles released of it. They didn't do very well. And then Chris said, somehow you need to pen. You need to pen
Right.
some kind of, even if it's not a hit, but you need to pen something.
Right.
Because this is, you know what I mean, business. And I says, well, I can only do what I do.
Yeah.
So that's when Magic Feeling came up.
Okay.
Thinking about you, baby. Oh, how you thrill me. And whenever you are with me, I get this feeling. And Chris said, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. And when I went to the studio and did that, because we never sent drumming or tapes or nothing to him, the man just came in, you feel it out, run with it.
Yeah.
He said, I tuned the bud.
Yeah.
But, and then that's when he asked me, are you right, Woman and Angel? Oh, right, Woman and Angel. I said, it's one of the greatest tunes we ever heard. So Chris thought, yeah, that's the one. Yeah. And that came out and bust up the place.
Right, so those tunes came from an organic standpoint.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
which kind of makes the songs them sound richer because of where they came from. Okay, so
and that was exciting, not kind, but because I had all them lines in my head.
Uh-huh.
and I wanted a real horn section, but Chris says, well, can't find them Monday right now, but we've got this guy called Nick Straker. He can do something of a similar nature. Because how's he going to do that? Because he does it off the keyboards and all. So when I heard it, I thought, obviously it's not authentic, but it was interesting enough.
Right.
At the time, I wouldn't do it now, but it worked. Do you know what I mean? It just kind of worked. So so the album that was a springboard for the album now. So we've got to get the album done now.
Okay.
Because you know, got a popular tune, you got a hit tune, and then and there was just some nice tracks on the album.
Okay.
And the album was released to great success. This is when the PA thing now was introduced. And then became entrenched.
Right. I'm glad you chose that word. So
well, at least I found it as opposed to the intricacy, which I couldn't get out.
so we're gonna move on from the release of the album. And there's a question I want to ask you, but I want to ask you on the next episode.
Sure.
All right. So people, stay blessed. Thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping by. We soon file with the next episode. Sid.